What is the best smartphone to ever be invented? Some of you might say the iPhone 15, others may say the Galaxy S24, heck, maybe even the OnePlus 12. In this video, I am making the ultimate smartphone tier list to see what phone is the best of the best, the cream of the crop. Ranking will go from garbage all the way up to outstanding. First things first, we'll start with the Honor Magic V2. It's a foldable smartphone that's really lightweight when it's folded. It's about 9.9 millimeters thick, which is really thin for a foldable phone. The design of this phone is really impressive. It's really sleek and it comes with a vegan leather case that has a built-in hinge protector. The Magic V2 is a little heavier than the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. Depending on the variant you purchase, the Magic V2 will be around 10 to 60 grams heavier than your iPhone 15. As we move deeper into the specs, the inner and external screen has a 120Hz refresh rate. The inner screen has a resolution of 2344 by 2156 pixels. The external screen has a resolution of 2376 by 1060 pixels. And video shooting supports 4K resolution. The back of the phone contains 3 cameras. Both wide and ultra-wide cameras have a 50 megapixel sensor, and the telephoto camera has a 20 megapixel sensor. The phone contains a majority of Google services when you purchase it for the first time, and if you purchase the V2 Ultimate, you'll get 1 terabyte of storage, but every model has 16 gigs of RAM. Another thing about this phone that it doesn't leave a crease. This is by far the best foldable phone. Because of that, I think its rank should be placed in outstanding. Next up, we have the worst phone to possibly exist. I'm just kidding, guys. I have one of these phones. You guessed it, the iPhone 15. But we'll be talking about the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The iPhone 15 in general has some new built-in features, such as the dynamic island that displays information at the top of your screen. Then the iPhone 15 features an improved camera system. The telephoto camera gives us 5 times optical zoom. This is the longest optical zoom ever built into an iPhone. This goes to show how much iPhone's camera system has evolved. Another remarkable thing about this phone is the aerospace grade titanium and ceramic shield. This makes the iPhone 15 practically indestructible. Well, maybe not as indestructible as a Nokia. But I can't recall how many times my phone slipped out of my hands and collided with the ground, only to receive the smallest possible scratches on the screen. The ceramic shield also makes the phone water resistant to a depth of 6 meters for up to 30 minutes. You can get up to 29 hours of video playback with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. It has 1 terabyte of storage, but only 8 gigs of RAM. But it's surprisingly lightweight, as shown when compared to the Honor Magic V2. Honestly, my experience with the iPhone 15 has been great. I'll put this in outstanding. This is the best iPhone out right now, unless Apple cooks up something that blows the iPhone 15 out of the water. Next, we have the OnePlus 12. Also, the OnePlus 12 is currently $100 off the initial price, and you can claim an exclusive coupon for $50 if you have the OnePlus Store app. Now that we got that out of the way, I'm placing the OnePlus 12 in A tier. The OnePlus 12 has some very good design choices with silky black and flowy emerald green. I really like the design, the metal and glass shaft around the cameras which corresponds with the color of the phone. Everything about the design is just amazing. The OnePlus 12 has 16 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. It uses a built-in Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 chip, and the phone's battery capacity is over 5,000 mAh. It uses an Android 14 based operating system, fully functional, and it supports 8K video resolution at 24 frames per second. The front camera generates an impressive 32 megapixels. Fully functional, nice design, Hasselblad camera system, the OnePlus 12 deserves its rating. Oh man, would you look at that, the famous Nokia 3310. I honestly feel like it deserves its own rank. The phone is budget friendly and it's not like it has the latest operating systems. I mean, the technology is pretty dated, but one thing that sets it apart from the other phones, the one thing that makes it truly stand out, is how durable this phone is. To this day, people are still making jokes and memes about the Nokia 3310 being almost indestructible. I've seen this phone get ran over, broken into 5 pieces, bent, burned, and it will still be fully functioning. Despite all the damage that appears on the phone, the Nokia 3310 will have no trouble performing its usual task. However, when it comes to software, the newer Nokia 3310 has Facebook, Twitter, the camera app, and other fully functional apps and services, which, honestly, those are really dated as well. Forget it, I'll put this in C tier. I will put it higher, but The design and the software is, Okay, so far the tier list is looking good. We still got other phones to mark off. Galaxy S24 Ultra up next. I'm putting this in outstanding. Need I say more? Excellent performance. It has a simplistic yet really nice design with online exclusive colors for the phone. This expires on June 11th, so if you haven't purchased a Galaxy S24 or S24 Ultra yet and you want these exclusive color choices, go order online. Link is in the description. It has 512 gigs of storage and 12 gigs of RAM. It has a slightly larger display than the iPhone 15 Pro Max with a 9.8-inch 3120 by 1440 pixel Quad HD display. And the specs on the camera system is crazy. The primary camera has a 200 megapixel sensor. The telephoto camera has a 50 megapixel sensor with 5 times optical zoom. Another telephoto camera has a 10 megapixel sensor with 3 times optical zoom, and then a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera. And with this phone, you can use up to 100 times zoom to close in on faraway objects. It also has remarkable AI features. With Circle to Search, you drag your finger on the screen to draw a circle around an object in the photo. Then it shows you a bunch of different results, identifying what the object is it for sale, so on and so forth. Photo Assist provides many different functions. For example, the Edit Suggestion feature suggests changes to your photo to enhance the quality of your image with filters and brightness adjustments. You can also move around people and objects in a photo to a different position, and Samsung AI will fill in the gaps left over and make the objects blend into the scene so they don't look misplaced. And it produces the best cutouts I've ever seen on portrait mode. It definitely deserves to be an outstanding. Now the Pixel 8 Pro. It has a 6.7-inch display, peak brightness goes up to 2400 nits. What I like about the design that quite a few people might not agree with me on is the visor. The visor looks really good on the phone. In my opinion, it makes the phone look better. This thing has 12 gigs of RAM, 5050 mAh, and the primary camera has a 50 megapixel sensor. Both the ultra-wide and telephoto cameras have a 48 megapixel sensor. The Google Pixel 8 has a new G3 Tensor chip with some pretty cool AI capabilities. For example, the Magic Editor that allows custom edits and studio quality photo enhancements. What does that entail exactly? Well, you can erase objects or people in the background off your images without leaving any gaping holes or blank areas. You can move people around in your photo, and you can adjust the lighting and filter to whatever you want. Then there is the Best Take feature, which blows my mind to this day. The Best Take feature allows you to swap a person's face with one from a previous photo, in case there are any mistakes while taking a picture. Of course, there are many more remarkable AI features to talk about with the Pixel 8, but the phone works really well, and I'm putting this in outstanding. Now, I did a video in the past talking about the ROG Phone 8, and if you didn't see that video, I recommend that you go check it out, link is in the description. But just to give you a rundown, this thing has 24 gigs of RAM, a 2400 by 1080 display resolution, and the design choice for this phone is just amazing. The LEDs on the back of the phone is really eye-catching. The Aeroactive cooler enhances the design of the phone drastically. Another thing I noticed about the Aeroactive Cooler X is that it has paddles on the back to control games on your phone. On top of that, you can effortlessly play games with demanding graphics at the highest performance level possible. You have the different modes like X mode for gaming, dynamic mode, and ultra durable mode for conserving battery life. This phone is a 10 out of 10 by far. You already know I'm putting this in outstanding. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. Oh, wait, we didn't find out what the best smartphones. I'll leave that up to you guys. You tell me what is your number one pick. What is your best smartphone? Tell me in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.